Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Wife divorcing me, help dealing with thoughts of possible infidelity? NSFW. Hello all, my wife dropped the bomb a week ago that she has not loved me in a long time and does not want to be a mother anymore to our 2-year-old son. She is agreeing with almost everything in the divorce process so far. The only hard part has been the emotional devastation of it all. One of the main emotional issues I'm dealing with is the possibility that she has been cheating with one or both of her closest friends. It's a weird situation, so bear with me. My STBX, soon-to-be ex, has been friends with a married couple, let's call them Bob and Jane. My wife is bisexual and has had a sexual experience with Jane with my permission years ago. They have always teased/flirted with each other after that, but have assured me that nothing else has happened beyond that one time. Kind of hard for me to believe. We attempted a threesome with myself, STBX, and Jane, however Jane was not into me, just my STBX. Bob is aware of the one-time sex between STBX and Jane, and as far as I know he's cool with it. My STBX has also been very close to Bob, having many encounters with him I was uncomfortable with and spoke up about. She has gotten drunk alone with him and confessed her suicidal feelings, which I was totally unaware of for months afterward. She breastfed my son but was way too relaxed around Bob with no bra etc. She told me they used to wrestle to teach her self-defense techniques. When we would go to the beach they were very hands-on, throwing each other around in the water etc. He rubbed her shoulders in front of me once when she was crying. She spent as many nights up there as possible, with it becoming a weekly occurrence, and now that we are separated she has moved in with Bob and Jane and she seems happier than ever. Bob and Jane are basically pampering her and doing everything for her during the divorce process. STBX always assured me she had no feelings toward Bob and he was like a brother to her. Bob has always been a good person to me and has made several attempts to hang out with me/be my friend, though I've rejected him because I'm an introvert and we just don't have much in common. He's even cordial to me during the separation. He takes her side though, of course. I've known the relationship between the three was unnatural for a long time, but I always gave her the benefit of the doubt. What I've always feared is that the threesome we attempted that Jane didn't want has been going on behind my back, but between STBX, Bob, and Jane. She insists to this date that Bob is like a brother to her and there are no feelings between them. I told her if she moves on with anyone else I can accept that, but if she did anything with Bob I would never want to see her again because I always gave her the benefit of the doubt. So I just want some opinions, though I know you all don't have the full story. Does this seem like a cheating scenario to you? Either way, she doesn't love me and I've accepted that, but the thought of her cheating on me with the person I trusted and moving in with the person plagues me. Any tips on how to accept a partner has moved on, despite any hurtful things they may have done/will do now that we're separated? I ideally want to get to a point where she can do the most hurtful thing I can think of and it doesn't even faze me emotionally. Hope that all makes sense. I'm still recovering from this blindside divorce and my thoughts aren't always so clear. I will be reading/replying to comments as much as possible, so feel free to ask questions to clarify. Get the divorce finalized ASAP, and the one positive is this is happening now versus years down the road. Build your own support system, and find ways to keep yourself busy, going to the gym, picking up a hobby and joining a club/class. Then when you have the time/means, pick somewhere you either always wanted to visit or haven't been to in a while, spend a few days there to clear your head. I would consider getting STD and DNA tests as well. She's cheating. Divorce ASAP because she won't be so agreeable and cooperative once the new relationship implodes. Time heals all. There is no easy answer in my experience. Best thing you can do is let go and work on your future. You can spend the next 10+ years thinking about it, or you can move on now and have an amazing life. It's your choice. Wish I had chosen the latter. She's been ducking Bob and probably has been for a long time. She is being amicable because she feels guilty about ducking Bob. Get a lawyer and get her gone ASAP. It hurts, it sucks, but infidelity happens and we live in a throwaway society. Everything is disposable: plates, cars, toys, household goods, relationships, you name it. Focus on your kid. That is the person who is really getting ducked over in this situation. Stay stable and stay strong for your kid. Being a stable parent is a huge advantage in court and in the view of the kid. My ex moves from friend to parents to friend and back again all of the time. Our child is exhausted from all of the moving and being around all of the different people. She likes it with me because she has her own room, her own toys, and her daddy who is always there. Not some random friend of mommy's and her kids/boyfriend/husband. Be the adult in the situation. Let her keep ducking up and get it documented. Nailed it on the head. Focus on the kids/work or whatever is healthy in your life moving forward. Stability is key for children during this time. Infidelity is terrible, I know, but like he said, we live in a throwaway society. Trust your gut that this has been going on. If it smells like shit, it probably is. If you are getting the kid free and clear, who cares what she has been up to? Assume the worst. It's tough, and I don't want to take that away, but believe me when I say let Bob have her. He won't want her for much longer when she's actually single, trust me. Hang in there and make your child your priority. The best part about divorcing is that you no longer have to care about the other's emotional journey at all. That's all on them now, and you don't, or can't even, have any part of it. She got to this place on her own and now you just need to let her have it. Make sure to move quickly on getting her to sign any agreements that are favorable to you. She thinks she's going to find a new life and won't need you, but that'll change at some point and then she'll come back to extract whatever she can from you. Divorce ASAP. I was in a similar position and divorced too slow and got screwed. Get a therapist and get that paper signed ASAP. This is going to be hard, but as you say, all the signs were there. Epilogue: I stayed a parent to my kids and was in some intense therapy for years. The kids and I have a great relationship and I'm so happy for that. That divorce was the best thing that happened to me. You don't know what's up. You need a therapist, very badly. Please get one. You're headed to a really horrible mental space. Get the help you need. Went to a therapist today. He had some inspiring words, but we didn't really get into my core problems. I assume we get into those over time, but I will have to seek out another therapist, I guess. Good. That's a great first step. It takes many sessions to work through stuff, and that's if you fully engage. You've got this. Put in the work and you'll get to a better mental space. Bob's been railing her for a long time. Don't confront her, just get sole custody and waiver of alimony from her. Use her guilt to get a good settlement and GTFO. Deal with your pain on the other side. You have a great opportunity to raise your child here and let her be the parent of convenience. She wants to be free, let her. Get it over with. Move on. Who gives a shit about the other two? Odd visitation situation, not sure if it's sustainable. Hello again all. 2 weeks now, I'm still struggling as much as ever, but I'm putting in work every day and have been exercising more than ever before. So my STB ex-wife has totally checked out. She has only reached out to me twice after 2 weeks of separation, one asking to see our son and one asking about her friend's money. She is agreeing to give me full custody with 3 days of visitation a week for her, but here's the catch: when she is with him she barely pays any attention to him, and she has a history of mental illness and taking it out on him when she gets too stressed during rare episodes. For this reason, I've asked her from the beginning to do her visitation solely at my house. She agrees to this but is annoyed that I want to be with my son constantly during her visitation. I see it as the only way to prevent her from only having legal supervised visitation, which takes place at a government building for like a couple of hours tops. I don't want her to be that excluded from our son's life, but I do not feel comfortable with her being alone with him right now. Not that I think she would hurt him or emotionally abuse him at this time, but she has had a history of full force screaming in his face during rare episodes. Def meets the definition of abuse to me. On top of this, before the separation she insisted she doesn't want to be a mom anymore and even regrets having our son. She has now changed her tune and says I was the issue and she was taking her resentment for me out on our son, and she says she regrets it. I divorced you, not my son, she now says. Yet, her actions do not match her words. She has seen him 2 times this week, but day 1 was a half day, and day 2 was literally 30 minutes. I offered her a day 3 on the day of her choosing if she told me by end of day Wednesday, but she has not reached out to me about it, so that's not happening this week. It's only 2 weeks in and she's already flaking on the 3-day visitation. It's clear to me she still doesn't want to be a mother. Seems like she's changed her words to save face, but her actions still reflect resentment towards our son/motherhood. I love my son deeply, but it seems near impossible to be a single parent and work as well. Having no one to tag out with to do chores/cook/etc. is extremely difficult for me to handle. Even on the visitation days when I should get a break, I have to watch her because half the time she just lets him cry because she doesn't feel like playing with him/soothing him while she plays on her phone. It also hurts me a lot to see her because I still have a lot of love for the person I thought she was, before she showed her true colors. Thank God for my awesome parents who have helped tremendously by watching him a lot while I work on rebuilding my emotional stability and self-sufficiency. I feel guilty about how much I ask my parents to watch him though, and I feel like I should be keeping him near full time, with just 1 sleepover week at my parents' house. However, this seems near impossible for me right now. I can barely muster the energy to put in my few hours to not lose my job after my self-care, exercise/taking care of house/bills/etc., even with my son being at my parents' house the majority of the time this week. There's a part of me that wants to let her take him by herself, but I would be paranoid the whole time that she wasn't treating him right, and he's too young to tell me about it if she did. It would at least give me a couple of days to take care of things and myself, and I wouldn't have to bear through seeing her, but that just doesn't seem like an option right now because I simply don't trust her alone with him right now. Even my lawyer has talked about how her staying at my house during visitation is unsustainable. For example, if she gets a new guy or I get a new gal, there's no way they're gonna want her staying at my house twice a week. Typing out all the crap she's done has made me more adamant that I have to supervise the visitation. I can't bear the thought of her abusing him again with the screaming. He's a wonderful child and doesn't deserve that. However, I would still like some opinions or suggestions on the situation. Am I wrong to insist she do her visitation at my home under my supervision? Are there potential alternatives to ensure the safety of my son without me having to deal with my wife 2 full days a week? Seems like you're creating an awful lot of work and stress for yourself. Stop facilitating her motherhood. That is 100% her problem to figure out, if she even wants to be a mother. As a grandparent, I say you are doing just fine involving your parents at the level you are, at least for now while things are messed up. You can taper them off as your life becomes more settled, if you think that even needs to be done. Yes, it would be better if your son's devoted and loving mother was more involved in his life, but that would require a time machine for you to go back and marry a better woman. Your son is stuck with this shitty mother. Lots of boys with shit mothers grow up to be fine men, so long as their loving fathers guide them along the way to becoming a good man. Keep going as you are, but let your ex figure her shit out. She fired you as her husband, so all of her problems are hers alone to solve. Thanks for this. She's shown herself to be totally unreliable, even just for 2 days a week. I will have to find other arrangements to manage my time, because she won't be reliable enough. I'm still in that process of trying to stop worrying about her and her bad decisions. She doesn't give a shit about me ever since the day she left, so I should feel the same way towards her. I still cry thinking about my son growing up without a good mother. It's heartbreaking because I've always sought to have a traditional family, wanted to stay with her till the day I die, but that's all out the window now. She's shown me she is capable of extreme deceit and even gaslighting me over a long period of time. The hardest part is having to remind myself every day that the woman I once loved and respected is gone and replaced by a selfish, slick lying, and absent mother. Again, thank God for my supportive parents, they love having my son. I'm on the path to recovery and becoming self-sufficient enough to become his main caretaker, but it's a rough journey. It was for me also. My ex-wife was deep in the affair fog and ignored our children for 2 years after we split and then only limited time with them after that. It destroyed their relationships with their mother. Even as adults, their mother is not a person they go to with problems, triumphs, or for advice. It hurts her deeply now that there is no way to repair the damage. From one man who is further down this road than you are, you got this. It will all work out, and you will be much happier after the dust settles. Good luck, friend. Thank you. Why do you owe her friend money? I don't, it's actually another person in my family for contract labor. I told her I'm not involved in that at all. The hardest part is having to remind myself every day that the woman I once loved and respected is gone. Reminded me of the grief comes in waves explanation. Link listed below. Love that article. Thank you. Still struggling with thoughts of infidelity? Hey all, I posted my story in detail in a previous thread about the possible infidelity. My brain is still racked with confusion about how she was able to leave me with no remorse and be happy day one of separation. There has to be something more than what I know with the situation. I feel it in my gut she was cheating at least emotionally before she decided to separate. I just feel like I need proof, else my brain will never stop stressing about it. I'm imagining her telling her friends he's so easy to fool, what an idiot. But then again, maybe she's not and she's really just worried about her own selfishness and her new life with no responsibilities. I just can't stop thinking about it. I feel like I'm really making strides in moving on and regaining my independence. I was very dependent on her during our relationship, but the thought that she cheated still stresses me every day. I just feel like I have to know. I even want to snoop on her phone or something, but I fear she'll find out and that'll hurt our amicable agreements. Plus I'm just not the type of person to do something scummy like that. I just wish I could have some proof about how she really felt and what was really going on that led her to leave me. Her story just doesn't add up to me. I just stopped loving you because you didn't help me with our son when I needed it, which hurt me beyond repair. Then she rejected my many attempts to fix the situation, saying it's too late as she's living with her friends happier than ever. I've tried convincing myself that it doesn't matter, and also convincing myself that my gut feeling about the cheating is correct, but I still don't feel closure on it because I just haven't seen the proof. This is the thing I'm having the most trouble getting over. It's so difficult getting over it when you don't even know for sure why it truly happened. My new lowest low. Mental health / depression / loneliness. Hey all. Today was my lowest low yet. It's only been about an hour since all this went down. I'm ashamed to be typing this even though it's to strangers on the internet, but I don't really have anyone else I can talk to fully and honestly. I'm a little over 3 weeks separated. You can read some of my previous posts for a little more backstory on the situation with her friends. Me and my STBX have a visitation agreement where she will see our son 3 days a week at my home. Due to her mental health issues, I feel I need to supervise and to provide more stability for our son. She agrees to the visitation, but it tears me up inside to see her. She has so fully emotionally moved on and she is so much happier living with her friends. They are fulfilling her emotional needs more than I ever could apparently, because she's always so happy now. She says they've always loved her and she's always loved them and they haven't hurt her like I have. It rips me to shreds to see her happier living with them, away from me and the home we built together. Well, today she came to see our son. We went to the park where they were doing a big event. We got food together, went to the park and had the best time. We got home and made Halloween cookies together. We were all so happy. I just couldn't stop thinking, we are so happy now that I've changed, why can't we be together? Every day could be like this now. Why is she so happy to leave this and go back there to her friends most of the week? Well, about an hour before she was going to leave, that's when it started pouring out to me. I told her my feelings. I said, you had a great day today, right? I had a great day too. Every day could be like this. These are the days we should have had from the beginning. I want another chance to make it right and make every day as great as today was for me, you, and our son. She just said MHM. I asked her if she would give me another chance. She started bringing up all the bad things of the past, basically me being emotionally neglectful to her for a long time, which I believe is true, and it hurts so bad to think about all the times I passed up spending time with her. I told her I was so sorry for all those things and they eat me up every day. I just want a chance to show you I have changed and I would kill to make every day like today. She said no, it's too late and I've already hurt her. That she's being given true love by her friends and she's doing better than ever, though she said she still has issues with self-worth and they are helping her with it. I hugged her crying and begged her not to leave again. I couldn't stand to see her go again. She just started packing up her things she had brought. She could tell I was hysterical, so she asked, are you going to hurt yourself? Honestly, at the moment I was so upset, I really didn't know. I said, I don't know. I don't want you to think I'm manipulating you, but honestly I don't know. She sat down with me but she really didn't know what to say. It was a catch-22 for her and I hate that. I've read about how some people use it as a manipulation tactic, but that wasn't my intention. All I could say was, I don't want you to worry about me, but honestly I don't know if I can go on without you. After a bit more back and forth with it, she ended up leaving back to her friends. I called her and apologized, saying I'm sorry for putting you in that situation and ruining an otherwise good day of co-parenting. I was feeling horribly depressed, but I got myself up and cleaned up a bit and now I'm here typing this. Man, this is a horrible feeling. Not only did I basically break down and beg her to come back to me, but I even went so low as to admit suicidal feelings to her, putting her in a catch-22 situation. Feeling so sad and pathetic. This may even ruin the visitation agreement we made. She may no longer feel comfortable being here with me during visitation, and hell, I can't blame her after how I acted today. I am getting help for these feelings with therapy and a psychiatrist. I have no plans to commit suicide, but the depression of a divorce you didn't want can definitely bring out feelings you didn't even know you were capable of feeling. That being said, I feel so bad for laying that down on her. She is no longer my support system. She shouldn't be the person I go to for those sorts of things, and all it does is put her in a catch-22 situation. She adamantly doesn't want to be with me, even if I have changed to be everything I should have been before. It feels like I'll never be happy without her. I love my son dearly, but she was such a huge part of my life for such a long time. Seeing her and just knowing nothing I can do or change will make her want to be with me again. On top of that, she's happier with those friends I didn't like for years, living with them as they pamper her and do all the things I wish I could be doing with her. She's only around me for the time she has to be to see our son. It ducking hurts, man. Blindside divorce is a nightmare from hell. Don't be so hard on yourself, man. She isn't perfect and you have a big heart. You gave her the chance to tell you how she feels. Now chin up, man. I made the same mistake more than once. It's not easy when we have kids and we get to see them. Don't worry too much, my friend, it was from your broken heart. It's beautiful, broken heart. It's very hard to believe that the spouse is far gone. My STBXH left us for an affair person. His pounding happy voice irritates me AF. Despite this hatred and devastation, I still have nightmares after 1 year of this separation. It used to be traumatic conversations that I begged and he denied, repeating over and over. Then recently it changed. In dreams, we have great times together, laughing, then he whispers I still love you but gotta leave now, then I wake up heart racing. It's been like this for a month. All I can say is I can feel your pain. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please reach out. You can find help at a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. USA. United Kingdom. Trans Lifeline. Others. Yes, you blew it. Not to be mean, but people who strive to change for the better, do so for themselves first and foremost. So consider your marriage over, quit chasing her, and continue to change for you. Perhaps once she sees you are not doing his for her, or to save a relationship, she may view the change as more genuine and reconsider. Yeah, I did blow it today for sure. That's a good point about changing for yourself. I have made a ton of changes since the separation, a big part because I had to, but yes, I always do them with her in the back of my mind even if I try to convince myself it's for me. My desires feel like a void since the separation, like I have no desire to do things I once did and not much care for the future. It's like I have no motivation to do things for myself other than like go out and get a good meal. I've always been a big shut-in. Maybe I'm just not to the point in the healing process where I can figure out what I actually want to do with my single life. I'm not sure. Please don't beat yourself up over this. This situation does crazy things to people, and as long as you're working with a therapist, you're gonna be just fine. I do agree that you really do have to work on yourself for yourself, not for somebody else. Please keep busy and do everything you can to take care of yourself. I promise you that you'll be able to look back on this time and not feel all these feelings. Edited for dictation errors. The divorce is the event that ripped open the emotional tidal wave you're going through now. It's important to be in therapy to get to the root of it, and then, yes, it's up to you to change. You have a child who did not ask to be in the middle of this. It's a responsibility that you and your ex alone share. Would you want your son to go through what you are? Do the hard work, and it's painful to peel away the layers, but do the work so that you can be an example to your child that when life gets bumpy, and it does for all in some form, you work through it the very best way you can. Build up a support system, work toward healing. Read, seek peace. Find the truth of love in the hugs from your child. Good luck. It's for the best. You said you weren't there emotionally for your ex. She wanted you to be there for her and she waited, and when she realized you won't ever, she has to move on. She is working on herself, so you'll have to let her go. Take the time to heal and work on yourself too. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.